Hello and welcome everybody to another Let's 100% It. My name is 3-Eyed Monkey and today we're going to 100% another indie game called Cralon. But before we start with the guide, let me actually explain you a little bit the guide structure first. The base game has 10 achievements in total, while most of them are story and progress related, but a couple of them can still be missed if you decide to not explore everything. But technically there is no real missable achievement, well, beside you decide to miss it. I will go through the game in a natural flow and show you stage by stage what you can find. This will be no quest guide, even though I mentioned some quest NPCs or POEs. There are no blockers preventing you to walk to previous areas even after defeating the boss, so take your time. I will use categories again to classify the achievements, but it's difficult to get them. As always, this classification is heavily based on my own experience and can differ from your own definition. It simply should give you a short first look guidance. There are achievements or collectibles that technically can't be missed as they are story related and you will get them reaching a certain area or progress state of the game. I will still cover them here for transparency. The major category will be also achievements or collectibles that technically could be missed but felt pretty fair to be collected. To be fair, I would count all the achievements into this category as there are no real missable achievements in this game. If you decide to simply explore, you will definitively find them. Besides of only covering the achievements, I will also provide where you can find the hideout treasure map so you can search the hideouts by yourself if you want. Also, I decided to put in the legendary collectibles which are placed in the reading rooms and also the maps of the stages. But with this being said, let's now deep dive into the cave so we can climb out again and let's have some fun collecting the achievements. Let's go! After the cutscene in the beginning, you'll find yourself in the so-called Orkus. Already here you can get your very first achievement, which half of the players missed already. To get it, you should turn around and check the area where you fell into. This part is called the Abyss. On the floor you can find your old and broken sword and interacting with it will give you your first achievement called Adventurer. Before heading deeper into the Orkus, you will need to find your very first weapon within this room, a hammer. This will be your first weapon in the game and you will need it to defend yourself against enemies. While exploring, you might notice a statue that is draining your courage, the green bar. Keep its location in mind, but for now follow the path next to it. After defeating the rat, continue until you reach Farrell's cell. Farrell is the little guy with green eyes. Green eyes indicate that this is an NPC and he is friendly and willing to talk. Besides meeting Farrell for the first time, you will also find the Orkus map here. Collecting maps early is highly recommended as they reveal the layout of each stage and make finding collectibles much easier. Now head out again and walk east towards the next passage. You will find a workbench and also a compass laying on some barrels on your way. This compass can be equipped and displayed on your HUD. But your real next objective is the first reading room of the game. These rooms are marked by a distinctive purple glow and are required for story progression. Inside every reading room you can find also a unique legendary collectible placed on a table. While finding the room is progress related, the collectibles are optional and not required for story progression. However, collecting them will trigger an additional audio scene that provides background lore. The legendary collectible in this room is the plushy Nilo. Inside the reading room you can also find your first hideaway map called Downstairs. These treasure maps provide visual clues leading to hidden locations throughout the game. You can check them from your inventory and once discovered, hideaways are marked as completed. If you'd like to find yourself, pause the video now and use the treasure map as a clue. For everyone else, here's the location. If you check the treasure map again and have watched my Indiana Jones guides before, you already know the golden rule, the X marks the spot. The key to solving these maps is identifying nearby landmarks. In this case, the drawing shows a passage and a small object resembling the nearby workbench, allowing us to pinpoint the correct location already. Once you've identified the workbench, the nearby wooden structure makes it easy to locate the correct entrance. The entrance itself is hidden behind a curtain of hanging plants. Inside you can also find an oil lamp that lights up once activated. This makes it easy to identify hideaways you've already visited. While exploring the Orkus, you may encounter a strange creature that drains your courage like the statues. Unlike similar enemies, this one has a unique mechanic. Getting caught by it will imprison you inside a prison cell. Most players will instinctively try to avoid this creature. However, being captured is actually required to access a secret area now. After getting caught, you'll find yourself imprisoned in the cell close to Pharaoh. Inside, you'll find the key needed to escape, along with some useful loot, including a firebolt recipe. After completing the Orkus and progressing upstairs to the next stage, you'll enter the Morass and automatically unlock the unmissable achievement Caver. One of the first things you should grab in the Morass is the Crossbow. While not required, it significantly improves your combat capabilities and finally gives you a proper use of the bolts you've been collecting so far. You can find it in the first room after entering the stage, guarded by a rat. Before heading to the Morass map, make sure to check the next room with the lit up coal pile in the center. Besides the Hideaway map called Difficult, you may also encounter Feral here depending on your story progress. The Hideaway map itself can be found on a barrel in the southwest corner of the room. After collecting the hideout map, your next target is the workshop in the Quarry, which also contains the map for the Morass. To get there, take the eastern path. You're on the right track if you pass the crossing on your left and reach the room with overturned mining carts and other mining equipment. Continuing from there will eventually lead you to the Quarry. The small building on your left is the workshop, which contains the Morass map. You might encounter a rat next to it, but inside the workshop you can find a workbench and also the map of the Morass on the table. You might also want to check your Hideaway maps again. On the way to get there, we collected a Hideaway map called Difficult. If you'd like to find it yourself, pause the video now and use the treasure map as a clue. For everyone else, here's how to find the solution. The treasure map provides a fairly clear clue as the workshop serves as an easy landmark. If you walk around the house counterclockwise, you will discover a hidden passage concealed behind a curtain of hanging plants. For the next reading room, continue exploring the Quarry. Due to the vertical layout of this area, it can be easy to overlook. The room itself is located on a higher level in the southeastern part of the Quarry and can be identified by its characteristic purple glow. The legendary collectible found there is a toy. While exploring the Quarry, you may also notice additional paths leading to other points of interest. We'll return to those locations later when they become relevant for quests and collectibles in this guide. The next area we'll visit is the town north of the Quarry. Here you will meet several NPCs offering quests. I recommend accepting all available quests as many objectives can be completed naturally while exploring the Morass. One quest that can be slightly confusing is the supplies quest from Peppersack. If you're working on it, make sure to inspect all required supply locations near Edeltrout in the Quarry. The quest log only updates after interacting with all the relevant objects. However, our main objective here is the next Hideaway map. Inside the house next to Dabo, you will find the Hideaway map called Green. If you like to find the Hideaway yourself, pause the video now and use the trash map as a clue. For everyone else, here's how to find the solution. The treasure map points towards the dark forest west of the town. Follow the corridors leading west until you reach this area. Be prepared to deal with a few enemies both along the way and throughout the forest. The most recognizable landmark on the treasure map is the glowing green quartz stone shown on your right side of the drawing. It can be found in the eastern part of the forest. Once you've found it, position yourself in front of the stone as depicted on the map. Looking to your left, you should notice a wooden structure matching the drawing. Right next to it, you'll find the hideout entrance concealed behind a curtain of hanging plants. The quartz stone itself can be also used to restore your courage, making it an easy landmark to identify. The next reading room can be found below the broken bridge in the southern part of the dark forest. You can already spot it from above, but reaching it is slightly less obvious. To get there, jump across the gap of the bridge and take the path leading down on the left side. The legendary collectible found here are the colored crayons. On the south side of the broken bridge you can find another treasure map called Moist. Conveniently, the next area we'll explore is the swamp, which matches the theme of the treasure map perfectly. I recommend to check the details on the drawn map, but if you'd like to find yourself, pause the video now and use the treasure map as a clue. For everyone else, here's how to find the solution. As I said before, you need to focus on details now. You can see 2 pillars with glowing stones on it on the right side of the map. Also, you can see some sort of roots hanging from the top. To reach the location shown on the map, head towards the southern part of the swamp and stop before the ramp leading to the witch's house. If you now look carefully, you can not only see the 2 pillars but also the roots hanging from the top. If you now investigate the area where the arrow points towards, you will find some boxes where you climb onto and from there into the hideout. If you've been following this guide and defeating every enemy along the way, you should have unlocked the achievement Warrior around this point. Since the achievement only requires 20 defeated enemies, it should come naturally while fully exploring the first 2 stages of this game. After completing the Morass and entering the field, you will automatically unlock the unmissable achievement General now. You will also reunite with Peppersack here, who now offers additional items in his shop. After speaking with Peppersack, your field research quest will be updated. This marks an important milestone as it eventually reveals how to deal with the mysterious statues you've encountered throughout the game. Before continuing the investigation, head to the pit east of the trader. The area is filled with rocky terrain and several dangerous enemies capable of breathing fire. In the southern part of the pit, you will find the next reading room. The legendary collectible found here is the drawing of a mine worker. Nearby the reading room, you'll also find a map of the field, resting on a stack of boxes beside a wooden structure. Before leaving the pit, make sure to also inspect the eastern side of the area. Next to a gruesome scene, you'll discover a document explaining the nature of the statues. Reading it permanently unlocks the ability to destroy the statues throughout the game. Since several of them were inaccessible earlier, we'll now begin revisiting those locations as we continue our journey. Remember the strange statues we passed earlier without being able to interact with them? Now it's finally time to destroy them. Return to the swamp and destroy the statue located in its central area. The second statue can be found after crossing the broken bridge into the dark forest again. Look out for the ramp leading up the hill in the eastern part of the area, where you can find it waiting at the top. Afterwards, take the eastern passage towards the coal pile area. While the gate was locked from the other side, you can find a key to open this path from the swamp side. Then continue to the quarry, where the third statue can be found near the southern ramp. Finally, return to the Orkus to destroy the statue we passed near the beginning of the game. By returning to the Orkus, remember that the prison creature can still capture you and send you back to its cell if you get too close. After destroying the previously encountered statues, return to the field and follow the western passage into the arena. You will find another statue in the western part of the area. You will also meet Grantag for the first time, who offers additional quests. Destroying your 5th statue is also required for the quest Turn Off the Tap, allowing you to progress that questline at the same time. The arena contains both the next Hideaway map and the Hideaway itself. You can find the map inside the arena on the small stool standing on one of the pedestals. Since there are multiple pedestals, look for the one with the hanging cage containing a skeleton and the NPC Grantag nearby. Now check the treasure map for details. If you like to find it by yourself, pause the video now and use the treasure map as a clue. For everyone else, here's how to find the solution. Look at the treasure map. The surrounding arena structures are easy to recognize. Since the arena has a distinctive oval shape and the cave wall appears on the right side of the drawing, it's easy to determine where to start for searching. Following the outer edge of the arena counterclockwise will lead you to the southern part of the area, where you once again find the familiar curtain of hanging plants concealing the hideaway entrance. Continue through the cave system north of the arena until you reach the Armory chamber. Along the way you will pass several smaller caves and encounter a number of enemies. Before reaching the Armory, you will come across the canteen cave where Burger has left a pot of soup cooking over the fire. Interact with it to unlock the achievement Gourmet. Since Cralon comments on the suspicious smell, I'd recommend exploring the room first before trying the soup. You will also meet Simi and Burger in this cave system, both of whom are important for the story progression. Shortly before reaching the Armory chamber, you will enter the Torture Cave, where you can find the next hideaway map called Hot. After dealing with the enemy guarding the cave, you will find the map resting on a wooden crate nearby. Taking a closer look at the treasure map, the drawing clearly depicts a fortress which you will reach by continuing north towards the Armory chamber. If you'd like to find the hideout by yourself, pause the video now and use the treasure map as a clue. For everyone else, here's how to find the solution. On the right side of the drawing you can spot a torch topped with a skull. You can also see a fortress on the wall on the left side, showing a shield symbol on the right corner of the wall. The perspective of the drawing suggests following the outer wall of the fortress counterclockwise until the landmarks match. You will find a matching location in the northeastern corner of the Armory chamber, once again hidden behind the familiar curtain of hanging plants. Before leaving the Armory chamber, make sure to destroy the next demon statue located west of the fortress. You will also meet Volgred inside the fortress, who provides additional quests and story-related dialogue. Leaving the Armory chamber through the eastern passage, you will eventually reach the training camp where Bulenta is waiting for you. She provides another quest and it turns out you are once again her only hope. Your next objective, however, is the reading room located in the northwestern part of this area. Look for a wooden structure with a fireplace inside, but be careful. The path between the training camp and the battlefield is littered with dynamite that will explode as you approach. Near the fireplace you will find the next reading room. The legendary collectible found here is the drawing of a family. After passing the training camp and the Path of Pain, you will finally reach the battlefield. Your next objective is another reading room located in its southeastern corner. The fortress in the center of the area serves as a useful landmark and also contains another courage stone. Near the courage stone you will find an opening in the southern wall. Beyond this gap lies a blood-soaked section of the battlefield where several enemies await. After defeating them, continue to the southeastern corner to find the next reading room. The legendary collectible found here is a Hedgehog. On the battlefield you can also find another demon statue located outside of the fortress in the eastern part of this area. Since several rock formations block the view, you might need to explore the area a little bit before spotting it. One convenient approach is to start from the reading room and head northeast. You will also find plenty of crafting materials in this part of the battlefield. Before leaving this place, you should also check again the area inside the fortress. You will find plenty of boxes, some of them also openable, a workbench, and on one crate nearby also a next treasure map called Deep. Before searching for the hideaway, I highly recommend to opening the nearby shortcut first. Now take another look at the treasure map. You might find the drawing of the area familiar. It almost looks like the drawing depicts different elevations. If you'd like to find a hideout by yourself, pause the video now and use the treasure map as a clue. For everyone else, here's how to find the solution. As I said before, you can see some depth in the map. It almost looks like it would connect the bigger cave system vertically together. And if you check all of the maps of the previous stages, you can find one common part, the Abyss. With this in mind, head back to the Hall of Fame and look for the hole in the wall leading into the foggy area. Heading inside, you will recognize the drawing of the map. If you now follow the right path along the cave system, you can circle around the inner part of the Abyss until you reach your next hideout. This time you don't need to look out for the hanging plants. The hideaway requires dropping into the Abyss, making the return trip much longer. Opening the shortcut beforehand lets you reach the stairs leading to the next stage within seconds, instead of walking through the nearly entire field again. After completing the field and entering the Crypt, you will automatically unlock the unmissable achievement Ghosthunter. Following the green banners hanging from the walls will also lead you back to Peppersack, who will now offer new items at his trader's desk. Be aware that the Crypt introduces more dangerous enemy types, including ghost rats. Their lightning attacks are just as deadly as the fire-spitting enemies you've encountered before. Another demon statue can be found in the cemetery, which is reached by following the western passage from Peppersack's trader's desk. While exploring the cemetery, you will also encounter Kantia, who is waiting beside a cauldron in a small shelter near the center of the area. The demon statue itself can be found further to the northeast. Our next objective is another reading room. Leaving the cemetery to the north will bring you to an intersection with a courage stone. One path continues further north, while the other one leads east towards the center of the crypt. Following the eastern path for a short distance, you will encounter a large rat guarding the next reading room. The legendary collectible found here is the drawing of a ghost. The next demon statue can be found in the Academy area, although it's not inside the Academy itself. The Academy can be found after following the northern part where you found the last courage stone. Defeat the enemies around, but instead of heading inside the Academy, first check the western part of this area to destroy the next demon statue. Another ghost rat patrols in this area, so be prepared before engaging the statue. For the map of the crypt, you then need to get inside the Academy itself. In the room of the left you will meet Sabroka, who offers additional quests. The room on the right is occupied by the hostile named enemy Korxa. Inside the room of Korxa you will find the map of the crypt. Another treasure map can be found in the very same room where the map of the crypt could be collected. It is called Silent and shows some characteristic object you might have noticed already. If you'd like to find the hideout by yourself, pause the video now and use the treasure map as a clue. For everyone else, here's how to find the solution. The treasure map itself shows on the left side something that resembles a grave or a stone coffin. Beside of a glowing light in the middle of the map, even the name Silent hints that the hideaway is likely located somewhere within the cemetery. With this in mind, you need to go back to the cemetery. You can also see on the map that the place seems to be in a corner section. If you now explore closely around the edge in the cemetery area, you will come across a spot in the southeastern corner of the map that once again is hidden behind the familiar curtain of hanging plants again. Return to the courage stone north of the cemetery and follow the eastern passage into the temple area. Immediately turn left where you will find the next purple glowing reading room guarded by a fire catcher. The legendary collectible found here is a character sheet. To find the next treasure map, head into the temple at the center of the crypt. The temple is divided into several sections by large stone structures and contains multiple NPCs, enemies and quest locations. I recommend clearing the area and talking to the NPCs before searching the green section filled with plants. Here we'll find not only a workbench but also the treasure map called Clever. If you'd like to find a hideout by yourself, pause the video now and use the treasure map as a clue. For everyone else, here's how to find the solution. On the treasure map you can see a very prominent structure on the left side of the drawing, including a podium with a shining stone on it. You might find this familiar already, as you have actually seen this place before. The treasure map is pointing back to the Academy, more specifically to the western section where we destroyed the demon statue earlier. Look for the ramp-like structure and the small podium with the glowing stone. From there, in the northwestern corner, you will notice a few boxes that allow you to jump into the hideaway concealed behind the familiar curtain of hanging plants. The 10th demon statue can be found in the northern part of the temple, standing on a stone platform directly above the entrance to the next stage. The passage itself only becomes accessible after completing all required quests in the crypt. For the next reading room, you need to enter the maze, which is located in the eastern part of the crypt. There are multiple entrances, but for this guide we will use the southern entrance close to the stairs where we went up from the field. The maze contains many dead ends, but you're on the right track once you start encountering spider enemies. From the spider section, continue north and take the next passage to the right. It ends in a purple glowing dead end containing the next reading room. The legendary collectible found here is a drawing of a role-playing game. For the next demon statue, continue through the maze heading north. Take the next passage to the left, followed shortly by another turn to the right. You'll likely sense the statue before you actually see it. An oil lamp stands right next to it. For the next treasure map, return to the junction where you turned right to reach the previous demon statue. This time take the left path instead, leading into the room with the NPC Bermudia. On a wooden podium you will find the last treasure map called Wise. If you like to find a hideout by yourself, pause the video now and use the treasure map as a clue. For everyone else, here's how to find the solution. On the treasure map you can see two podiums in the foreground, one empty one on the left and one with a statue on the right. You can also see a wall of the cave on the left and some wooden structure on the right in the background. At this point of the guide we haven't explored this part of the crypt yet, so we need to explore the northern section of the maze first. Before continuing, I recommend exploring the remaining southern part of the maze and talking to every NPC including Feral to pick up all available quests. Once you're done, continue into the northern maze by turning right after the destroyed statue, take the next right until you reach another intersection. Turning left now leads outside, while turning right again takes you deeper into the northern part of the maze. Following the northern path you will reach another chamber containing a demon statue in its eastern section. After destroying it, leave the chamber through the northwestern exit and turn right towards the old archive. Inside the old archive you will find the scenery drawn on the treasure map. Walk clockwise around the building until you reach the final hideaway concealed behind a familiar curtain of hanging plants. Assuming you followed this guide, discovering this final hideaway will also reward you with the achievement Miner. Starting from the old archive, leave the building and turn right towards the nearby Courage Stone. Continue through the northwestern exit and follow the corridor until you can turn left. At the end of this passage you will find another reading room. The legendary collectible found here is the drawing of a pit. Continuing through the maze will eventually lead you into the dungeon where the NPC Urgur is waiting for you with a quest. On our way to the final reading room we need to follow the bloody stairs towards the fifth and last stage. After reaching the top you will find Peppersack one last time in the northwestern part of this stage to prepare yourself for the final battle. Since the boss has to be summoned manually, you don't have to worry about triggering the fight while exploring. So head south from Peppersack and you will find the final reading room. The legendary collectible found here is an Incu figure, which looks like the demon statues and portrays the final boss himself. After leaving the reading room and entering the final area, the fortress, you will automatically unlock the unmissable achievement Survivalist. To summon Incu, the final boss, you first need to destroy all demon statues in the fortress. Destroying the final 5 statues brings your total to 17 and rewards you with the achievement Demonhunter. To begin the boss fight, you need to destroy the cauldron as well. The last achievement is called Cralon the Brave and can't be missed. Simply follow the path behind the destroyed cauldron after defeating Incu. After a final dialogue and cutscene, you will unlock the last achievement, Cralon the Brave. And that's it for this guide, my fellow achievement hunters. I hope this helped you to find your missing pieces. If it did, leave a like to support the channel or subscribe for more 100% guides. If you have ideas for my next guide, drop them below in the comments and we will check it out. And remember guys, we're not just playing games, we're finishing them. And thanks for watching.